Our next guest speaker has been in the blockchain industry for a little over 2 years. He has most recently co-founded SHIBNOBI and is passionate about building a safer cryptocurrency ecosystem with real-world accountability. Now, speaking about transparency in crypto, we have with us today Mr. Fettner, the CEO of SHIBNOBI.
Hi everyone, how are you today? So I want to talk a little bit about, obviously as you said, transparency in crypto. It's kind of been a passion since we started our project here. So just to introduce myself a little bit first, obviously Fettner. I have been, like you said, in crypto for about 2 years, but before that, I lived in a previous occupation that I did engineering and software development and robotic development for 27 years. So want to kind of kick off. SHIBNOBI is the company that SHIBNOBI Incorporated is the company that we have founded. We're a company based out of Texas in the United States. Our focus, we have a whole line, a whole ecosystem of products that we are developing, but the main focus around everything that we do is transparency to our community, what we're doing. I have a saying that I actually talk on our AMAs all the time is we want to, I'd say change your space, show your face, because all too often in crypto today, nobody does that. They don't really get out there. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know who you're talking to. And to me, that's completely wrong. I come from the business world, and in business, you're face to face. You're meeting people. You're dealing people face to face. You know who you're dealing with. In crypto, it's not like that. You don't really know in a lot of cases who you're dealing with or what you're getting involved in. So you're left on your own, obviously, with DeFi to do your own work. So we are trying to do things with what we're developing in our products to make everything easier for users, safer for users, so that they can have a better experience. One of the things that is important in doing that, and a different route that we're kind of going than some others in the past, is we're requiring for a lot of our products that people are KYC'd, that we have to know who they are. We're trying to put deterrents in place so that not just anybody will try to deploy products or deploy their tokens and things like that on our products that may be unsafe for other people. We're trying to create an ecosystem where it invites people in, and not only just users of our products, but even other tokens. Because I truly believe that in order to change crypto, to make it a better place, we have to partner with other projects out there. There are a lot of good projects. We've seen here in the hall today that are doing amazing work and great things in the space. So it is super important that I think that we work together to improve the space. There are millions and millions of people right now in crypto. We all know that, but we haven't scratched the surface of what that is. I think as in the next couple of years, as more businesses adopt crypto and take it for forms of payment, there are going to be so many more people coming in. So the importance of what we do and the groundwork that we lay today is going to be with us for years to come. I want to ask a question of everybody out there. So I know even for myself, when I got into crypto, when you first get in, you don't really know what you're doing. You're learning the ropes. You're kind of on your own. You don't necessarily have places to go. You Google on the internet and you ask some people that you run into. But how many people, just by a show of hands out there, how many people that when you first got into crypto, did you ever get scammed? Have you ever been scammed by somebody? A lot of people have been scammed. And that's one of the things that we've seen within our community. So again, that's why we are creating an entire ecosystem of products that we are trying to make things safer and integrate safeguards to not necessarily 100% prevent it from happening because it's DeFi. You can't do that, but we're trying to put things in place that will help prevent that. And really, it comes down to a lot is education. You know, as people come into our ecosystem with any of our products, we're giving them a space where they can ask questions, where they can learn, they can get instructional information. We've actually staffed people in our voice chats in Telegram 24 hours a day, every day, so that people can feel safe to come in and ask questions to get answers to things that they don't know. To give a little bit of background about what we are doing in our ecosystem, so we have released what we call our Dojo Swap. Dojo Swap is our decentralized exchange. In order to, well, I'm going to go through. So with Dojo Swap, that's our decentralized exchange. We have a wallet that we are developing and a blockchain that we are actually doing that will come out in Q3 of this year. Along supporting that for next year, we're going to have our own metaverse, Dojoverse, and we've got our own online gaming platform, and our own social media content, or SHIBNOBI Studios is our content creation. So I'll go into all of these a little bit more here in a bit. But again, all the things that we're creating, we are trying to find ways to implement and integrate safeguards to help users feel more comfortable, to help give them some level of protection. So our first product is the Dojo Swap. With Dojo Swap, like I said before, it is our DEX. One of the things that we're doing, we're going about a little bit differently with it, is again, having to KYC. So we have an application process where anybody that wants to list a token on our DEX, they have to go through an application process where they get vetted by our team, but then we have partnered with Certic International to have anybody that wants to list, they have to go through Certic's KYC program. So one, it makes it that not just anybody's going to do that. If somebody's really got ill intentions to do something wrong, to rug pull, to do something like that, they're typically, one, going to be a little bit deterred by having to come up and pay a price, but the real thing behind it is that they are going to know that if they would do something like that, if there's any kind of problem or they're deceitful to their users, their information will be released to the general public. So it's a deterrent. Obviously, can't always stop somebody from doing something wrong, but it is a deterrent in doing so. Also with our Dojo Swap, it is going to be cross-chain. So we're right now currently on Ethereum, Binance, and Polygon. And we are in actually the next few weeks, we're adding the capability to it so that you'll actually be able to swap tokens chain to chain from Ethereum to Binance, Polygon to Ethereum. Our next product is our wallet. And with the wallet, we basically are also doing the same kind of thing. Again, adding another level of security and protection. So we have gone with a three-factor authentication wallet so that you have to, basically you have biometrics. You've got to be able to have a Google Authenticator app to be able to authenticate your transactions. And there's an option inside of the wallet so that not only can you can turn it either on or off so that either it'll only do it when you first log in, or you can do it actually on every single transaction that you make so that, again, trying to prevent anybody from being able to steal something out of your wallet, you have to have that Google Authenticator as well. The wallet is scheduled to come out at the end of Q2. And then we're working on our own blockchain. So the blockchain, again, same premise that we took with our Dojo Swap. We are putting into it additional safeguards and security measures where we're working with actually Certic International again on that to implement some of the new security measures that they have come up with. But then on top of it, we're taking the same stance as we did with Dojo Swap by doing the KYC process. So again, today, anybody that has the capability of creating a Solidity contract can go and deploy a token on any network. And we know that this happens day in and day out. People are creating new tokens. that won't stop them from necessarily rug pulling, but again, your information is captured. If you do it, your information is going to be out there to the public. And then our Dojoverse, which is coming in 2023. Basically, we are taking, it's our version of our own metaverse. So we're going to have and incorporate kind of everything that we've done with all the other products, bring it into your virtual environment. Because obviously that, to us, that is the wave of the future. As more and more people get into crypto, we see more and more businesses go online to bring their businesses online. Everything is moving this way. I mean, you even see the big players out there, the Amazons, the Walmart, they're all even looking into the technology. So we all know that that's where it's heading. So we're planning for that future now to be able to be part of that as well. One of the things that we actually just released is SHIBNOBI Gaming. That is a skills-based wagering system. So it's not a gambling site, but it is skills-based wagering. It does add additional utility to our token because you have to hold it in order to play. There's obviously lots of people that are into gaming right now, from Fortnite, Counter-Strike, all those things that we will be able to hold online tournaments. We actually sponsored today some esports teams, which is what got us into this in the first place. And we saw that there was a pretty big movement between people that are into crypto and into gaming. So again, as tying into our whole ecosystem and the ease of use of products for new users coming into crypto, we're trying to again make it easier for people to come in one place and be able to get to anything they need. And that's one of the things that we're trying to do with all of the products. So even back when I was talking about Dojo Swap, we're trying to integrate things that have frequently asked questions. We're doing things where you have learning hubs, where you have videos so that people can learn and figure out how to do things, because a lot of people are afraid to speak up and to ask questions. You know, even though we hold, like I said, daily AMAs and our voice chat is always open, you always get those people that come into those rooms, they sit there, they don't say anything, they listen. They're afraid to ask a question. So we give lots of other mediums within our platforms so that they can actually submit questions. So if they don't want to have a voice, they can come, they can submit it. We will answer them. We put them into our FAQs online so that people can then also benefit from the questions that others are asking. So as I think, as we continue to grow and we continue this transparency, one of the things that we are trying to do is everything that we're doing and being transparent and being in AMAs and being accessible to people, we're trying to push that out to other projects. You know, we are partnering obviously with our Dojo Swap, and then in the future we'll be with a blockchain, and we're trying to bring in projects that have the same mission, same values as that we do. And we want to have them spread the same kind of message and start doing the same kind of things. Show your face, get on camera, talk to people, bring that level of confidence that is missing from the space. Because as we all know, that it's easy to say, do your own research, and lots of people, we all do it, but you don't really ever know what you're into until it happens. And people say, well, how do we know that, you know, you're not doing the same thing? How do you do that? You know what? My answer to that most of the time is you don't. Because until you prove what you're doing, and that's the only way I feel that you can do it, is you set a roadmap. You put out what you're going to do, you say what you're going to do, you stick to that. And of course, there can be mistakes along the way, but if you're transparent, you're open, you're always communicating and talking to people, that is what makes the difference. That's what gains that level of confidence. That's what sees over a period of time that you're sticking with what you said you're going to do. We need more of that in crypto. We need more projects to do that. I mean, it is literally, if we don't do it because of all of the amount of people that are going to come into crypto in the next couple of years, and as more businesses take crypto as forms of payment, there's no way that we will ever get rid of people scamming. And obviously that's a tall order. To get rid of it completely, there's always going to be people out there that want to do malicious things. But I think we need to, as a group, in this community, we've got to stand up together. We've got to take a stand. We've got to try to not fight each other. You know, I see all the time, day to day, that there are projects out there that they get rivalries and things like that. You know what? That's not needed in this space. We don't need that. What we need is people working together to better the space. Bettering the space is what is going to make a difference for our future generations, because I think everybody here believes in that crypto is going to become global economy. That is going to be the future of our economy on the planet. It just makes sense because, obviously centralized banks, they have their interests at heart. They're not, we're all here because we can manage our own money in crypto and not have somebody else do it for us. But we've got to start taking a stand, and we got to start making changes in the space now. So one other aspect of it is the last one I haven't talked about is our SHIBNOBI Studios. SHIBNOBI Studios is basically our platform where we are basically presenting all of our communication, all of our media, and trying to, again, in an easy way, trying to give a place where other tokens too, not just us. We obviously use it for our own information and broadcasting things about what we're doing within our ecosystem, but we are taking that to the next level, because there's a lot of good projects out there, smaller projects sometimes, that don't have the capabilities, the resources to be able to have a lot of their own team to manage that. And we've talked to a lot of them that are looking for help in those areas. So we've expanded with SHIBNOBI Studios to be able to provide that type of support to other projects, to give them a place to come if they need help getting social media out there, if they need filming, if they want to do advertisements, publications, because again, in that spirit of working together and not competing all the time in the DeFi space, but working together, we want to do this to try to help the space, to improve the space. There's another aspect that we're taking on as part of our SHIBNOBI Studios, which is what we call SHIBNOBI RMS. SHIBNOBI RMS is, we've nicknamed Rate My Sensei. Basically because, again, in that learning aspect and helping people be able to make good decisions, we all know in projects out there, we have lots of influencers. Whether they're YouTube influencers, whether they're social media, Twitter, whatever it is, and some have good intentions. Some are doing it because they're trying to do good in the space, and there's others out there that are just making a profit off of it. And we want to try to help curtail that and be able to give a place for people where they can come and look and see who has had better experience, not only that they got rated by us, but also got community input. Because again, everything that we try to do is community based. So we want to have a place where you can come, you can see who's out there, who's done a good job, what their rates are, and stop hiding it behind the scenes like it is today. And instead of doing that, it's out there, it's open. Influencers can come into the space as well. They can advertise on their services to other people, as long as they're doing a good job. Obviously, if we see people that are abusing and taking advantage of projects and people and investors in the community, then they will not be able to be on the space. Because again, making it safe. It's all about transparency, making it safe for a place for investors to come. So that's kind of an overview of all of the ecosystem that SHIBNOBI has. But we are constantly branching out, and we are really just at our beginnings and just getting started. We have a lot of other great things to come. So I thank you.